welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Mega64. Today is May the 4th be with you, also known as Star Wars Day. And for this year's May the 4th, I decided to choose a topic that isn't really talked about for some reason, and that is Star Wars manga. Yeah, I'm not kidding, there is actual Star Wars manga. From the late 90s to the present day, there's a lot to talk about, so sit back and relax. The first Star Wars manga is an adaptation of the original trilogy, illustrated by Hisoka Tamaki. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. His other works include a manga adaptation of Dirty Pair and Trans Venus. This manga was distributed by Dark Horse Comics, but later got re-released in 2021 by Marvel Comics. You can tell which one's the old one and which one's the new one, as the new one has the Marvel logo and the Star Wars Legend tag. But like I said earlier, these are adaptations of the original trilogy and The Phantom Menace. I couldn't find any information why they stopped around The Phantom Menace. I'm going to assume that this came out around the hype of episode 1. I'm also going to assume it might be because of licensing fees and they don't have the rights anymore. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. But imagine we got Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground, Uwu! You underestimated my power, XD! You were my own Ichon, Anakin! I loved you! Yeah, I know, I'm cringe. You're probably wondering if the manga's any good. Well, it's alright. I only had The Phantom Menace because I'm a big fan of the prequels. I was also curious how they're gonna do some of the memes. Honestly, I probably had more fun just looking for the memes than actually reading it. The Phantom Menace manga is only 2 volumes long, compare that to the original trilogy which has 4 volumes each. Some scenes were cut to fit into an 80-page manga. Yeah, you heard that correctly, this is only 80 pages long. Usually a manga has like 100 pages, but no, this is 80 pages. I also wasn't a big fan on some of the paneling, they like clustered it together and it just hurts my eyes. But at least we got cartoony anime Jar Jar. In 2022, they released a manga adaptation of Star Wars Rebels. The Star Wars Rebel manga is 3 volumes long and retells the event of Season 1. You're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, isn't Star Wars Rebels Season 1 about 15 episodes long? How can they fit it all in 3 volumes? That's the neat part. They didn't. They only adapt the most important episodes like Spark of the Rebellion and Fire Across the Galaxy. I'm not really a big fan of this because if you only read the manga, then you don't have enough time to grow with these characters. The manga goes very quickly. I wasn't expecting the Ghost Crew to encounter the Grand Inquisitor very early. Speaking of the Grand Inquisitor, I was not expecting his design to go this hard. Bro is literally aura farming, and for some reason they decided to make all the female characters moe as heck. The change to being an hero from badass characters to moe anime girls. Minister Tuo was one of my favorite characters in Rebel, but sadly she also got affected by the Japanese beam. The manga version is so adorable I must protect her. For some reason they decided to draw her in this pose. So I have my artist Paul Kaida draw a sus version for the thumbnail, so technically this is not clickbait. There's just some cameo appearance like Grand Moff Tarkin, Darth Vader who is again aura farming. And of course, Obi-Wan, yeah, for some reason they draw him extra hot. No wonder Darth Maul was chasing this guy. The manga ends with a time skip featuring Ahsoka and the Ghost Crew with their Season 3 attire. Overall, it's pretty okay. The artwork by Mizuru Orochi really carries the manga because honestly, I would just watch Star Wars Rebels. Okay, you're probably tired of me talking about manga adaptations, but this one is a manga adaptation on a novel called Star Wars Last Stars. I'm gonna try to keep this very spoiler-free as possible, but I want you, the audience, after this video, go read Star Wars Last Stars. It's so good. Last Stars is basically a love story. Better than Twilight, alright? It takes place during the beginning of the Galactic Empire to the Battle of Jakku. The story focused on the 2 best friends turned lovers, Sierra and Dang. Like I said, it begins during the early years of the Galactic Empire, but slowly we get to see the characters' point of view of the destruction of the Death Star, Alderaan, the Battle of Jakku, etc, etc. This is also a love story, so there's a lot of that telenovela drama thing sprinkled throughout the entire story, and I love it. This is Star Wars, so there are familiar faces that make a cameo, like Princess Leia, Vader, and the Emperor, who are just aura farming. Honestly, the best part is that Lost Stars is technically canon, which means I can see these characters in the future Star Wars projects, probably in the background, hopefully, because I honestly fell in love with these characters. I deadass love these characters. I want to see more of them. Again, I can't stop praising this manga. And that's probably because I'm a sucker for romance, alright? The last Star Wars manga I want to talk about for today is Star Wars The High Republic The Edge of Balance. I kinda don't recommend this one unless you're a big fan of the High Republic books like I am. This one follows the main character Lily and her point of view throughout the events of the High Republic. So we get to see her fight against the Drengir and some of the Nihil as well. There's also characters from different High Republic books that make an appearance. Like I said earlier, I don't really recommend reading this unless you're a big fan of the High Republic books like I am. That is all for today's video. I know that I missed some manga series, but that's because of time. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Have you read some of these books? Have you not read some of these books? Will you read some of these books? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.